Police tell us the teen was the victim of a drive-by shooting that happened on 6th and Shropshire. Fire broke out at this Qdoba restaurant on Tiverton Way at around 1 o'clock this morning, and fire crews have been here since cleaning up debris. You can see them right behind me. There is no school for the rest of the week because of the storms, and some are waking up this morning at a shelter set up by the Red Cross. The driver was not hurt. He did suffer some soreness. Traffic is getting back to normal. We're told that no other injuries were reported. 2 women were attacked by that man and are being treated for minor injuries. It all happened here at an apartment on Harrodsburg Road. Neighbors reported seeing a suspicious person inside of a vehicle down the block from their home. There's still lots of smoke coming from this home behind me in the 100 block of Bluegrass Avenue. That man died after being shot right in front of a home in the 500 block of Chestnut Street. 2 different homes were damaged as a result of that fire. You can see that fire crews are still on scene just behind me working. A dozen children were transported to area hospitals, including here at the University of Kentucky, after that crash Wednesday night. You can see a lot of damage left behind. Take a look at it for yourself. These are the charred remains of a business that just opened a year ago. Suspect in that shooting was pronounced dead last night at UK Hospital. Scott County Sheriff's Office has put out an attempt to locate on that truck they say hit and killed a man in Georgetown early this morning. Well, this is definitely not the way folks planned on spending their 4th of July holiday, by cleaning up debris and trees knocked down just like this one. And you can still see some hot spots and flames burning. You can see it for miles as you head out of town. I-75 is open after an accident involving a semi this morning. The accident happened at around 4 o'clock this morning. Police say the driver had to be transported to the hospital for treatment. We're told that no other injuries were reported. Police say that they will release more details on how this accident happened later on today. Reporting live in Madison County, Fadia Patterson, ABC 36 News. Well, you can see all of the damage left behind after that early morning fire here at Red State Taps. The owner tells me that he is heartbroken, but he does plan to rebuild. The Georgetown Fire Department worked hard and fast to put out the fire at Red State Taps, but so much damage had already been done.
There's no roadmap for any of this. You know, it's like you don't know what you're going to do when something like this happens.
David Carroll says his business on Opera Alley opened a year ago and is the extension of the popular Georgetown restaurant, Red State Barbecue. A business that is now gearing up for an overflow of customers with catering and other orders.
Potato salad and your banana pudding's coming.
You know, from here on out, we are going to move the catering and the food truck services back to this business.
Carroll says they're already receiving support from the community. Some have already donated to the Rebuild Fund at the barbecue restaurant. Others have called to express their condolences.
You know, we appreciate their support.
During this difficult time, Carroll says there's one phrase he's reflecting on to keep his morale high.
It's only as bad as when things first happen, and you know, and of course, the old saying is that which does not kill us only makes us stronger.
In Georgetown, Fadia Patterson, ABC 36 News. Good morning. This is a very busy intersection here in Lexington, and Wednesday during rush hour, drivers came upon a very horrific scene, a man fully engulfed in flames. One of those drivers, Chris Fryman, captured it all on video. We do have that video and have to warn you, it is very graphic. Take a look at these terrifying images. You're seeing what passerbys thought was a scene from a horror movie, only it was all too real.
Is he okay?
Police say a man covered himself in gasoline, then set himself on fire in the middle of Richmond Road after an argument with his significant other.
Cover him up! Gosh, cover him up! It was very hard to process initially.
Major Joe Madden, an off-duty firefighter at a nearby traffic light, witnessed the incident.
And the next thing I know, he was completely engulfed in flames.
Without any of his equipment, the firefighter rushed to help the man on fire.
When you're responding, you know to kind of just do your business, because that's what we do.
21 years on the job, and Madden says he's never seen anything like this. With only a coat to smother the fire, Madden, along with several others, came to the man's rescue, putting out the fire within minutes. For those involved, time seemingly slowed down.
There's nothing that had prepared me for something like that, but I think that you know you have to act, and there were other people there that acted just as courageously as anything that people might have thought I would have done or did.
Without their help, Madden says the man would have likely died at the scene.
I just felt like I did what I needed to do to intervene in that guy's life at that moment in time to help him out the best way I can.
During the rescue, Madden suffered burns to his hands and some of his hair was singed, but he says he's more concerned about the victim.
I know that, as a paramedic, that burn victims have a long road to recovery. There's a lot of hurdles, and I'm sure he's not out of the woods yet.
Day in and day out, this is the work of a firefighter, he says. A hero to many, although he doesn't consider himself one.
It's not common for a fireman to pass a wreck or even a stranded motorist without stopping.
In Lexington, Fadia, Patterson, ABC 36 News. Well, this will be a day that young Tyler will not forget anytime soon. His first assignment was to protect his classmates at Leestown Middle School.
What? You go to the police station.
There's two things you'll learn the moment you meet Tyler Biggs. One is his passion for law enforcement.
Help people and taking care of them and stuff.
His reason for wanting the job. As a special birthday present, the Lexington Police Department are helping him realize that dream a little earlier by letting him join the force for a day. He was suited with his own uniform, hat, cuffs, and a badge, and escorted to class.
Yeah.
Another thing about Tyler, his love for music and dance. His partner for the day is Officer BJ Blank, also known as the Dancing Cop.
It's the greatest thing that could have happened today was he rode in a police car.
Through his vibrant spirit and enthusiasm, it's hard to imagine that doctors told his mother he would not live past his 10th birthday. Doctors found a tumor in his brain when he was 4 months old. He recovered with chemotherapy, but the cancer came back 8 years later, and Tyler underwent and survived another bout of chemo.
We already knew he was a fighter because he fought through for 4 months with hydrocephalus and a massive tumor in his brain. So we just kind of follow his lead, and he leads the way.
And his fight has inspired so many, even the police officers, that he hopes to be like someday.
He's not worried about the fact that he has cancer, that he has a brain tumor. He's not worried about that kind of stuff. And like I said, we get so wrapped up in ourselves thinking that we have problems, and we don't. And we don't. When you see a kid like this, it's just, it's overwhelming.
Until he is in full remission, his mother says each birthday is nothing short of a miracle. Reporting in Lexington, Fadia, Patterson, ABC 36 News. Alton Estates is a quiet and friendly neighborhood and a popular subdivision in Georgetown.
We've never had any trouble.
Virgil Sagasser has been living here for around 15 years. Sagasser says neighbors are somewhat familiar with one another and their surroundings.
We noticed a light coming out of that old driveway
and can easily spot the unfamiliar and when something is out of place.
Late at night, it was almost 1 a.m.
Neighbors reported seeing a suspicious person inside of a vehicle down the block from their home. When investigators looked into it, they discovered the man wasn't even from the state and he was operating a laptop inside of the car.
Really didn't have a very good reason for being in the neighborhood. His answers to the questions were very evasive. It seemed really out of place.
Police immediately alerted neighbors to secure their Wi-Fi networks. Georgetown police say criminals can roam neighborhoods looking for unsecure Wi-Fi networks to gain access to your personal information.
You can glean information like bank cards, account information, passwords to accounts, things of that nature can be intercepted.
They're trying to tap into people's business, the way I understood it.
Sagasser says he's thankful someone alerted the law. Meanwhile, Georgetown police say they're doing their best to educate people on internet crimes and how to protect themselves.
Everything is connected in some fashion. If you don't secure those networks, people that mean to do you harm can get into them.
In Georgetown, Fadia, Patterson, ABC 36 News.
Well, this is definitely not the way folks planned on spending their 4th of July holiday by cleaning up debris and trees knocked down just like this one in yesterday's storms. We're told that this tree fell on this home just behind me. 2 newborns were inside. Their parents say that they got them out just in the nick of time. Neighbors are helping each other clean up after the 4th of July holiday, but the debris is not from fireworks.
2016, a surprise.
A surprise indeed that came in the form of a storm that wreaked havoc throughout central Kentucky, uprooting trees and scattering branches on the ground and throughout the neighborhood.
And we heard this big crash.
A neighbor in Lexington describes the whistling sound caused by the high winds.
And we saw the trees really whipping away, and we knew that there had been a major problem in the neighborhood.
A snapping sound prompted the family in this home to grab their twin newborns and run out, moments before this massive oak tree split in half and fell on their home. They walked away uninjured and thankful.
I can replant a tree. I'm thankful no one was hurt.
Over in Louisa, folks were not so lucky. 5 people suffered minor injuries after this tornado touched down. The winds were so strong, trucks were thrown off the road and several homes were damaged. The mayor of Louisa says the town's Walmart took the brunt of the hit, where dozens were riding out the storm inside. The frightening moment, he says, is a reminder of how precious life is.
This is a time for us to thank the Lord that we didn't suffer any loss of life or major injuries.
Reporting in Lexington, Fadia, Patterson, ABC 36 News. Strong winds caused a lot of damage in that county. There's no school for the rest of the week because of the storms, and some are waking up this morning at a shelter set up by the Red Cross at Estill Springs Elementary School. According to emergency management, about a dozen homes in the county were destroyed by high winds. No one was seriously hurt, but it left many shaken up even after they started to clean up after the storm, a process that is expected to take days.
I don't think it's hit me just yet. But I'm thankful everything's good. We're living. We're alive.
We have no idea whether it was a tornado at this point. At this point, it really doesn't matter. We have a lot of damage.
You can help those impacted by the storm by dropping off donations starting this morning at 10 at the Christian Worship Center on Broadway. Toiletries, cleaning supplies, snack foods, and bottled water are needed. Clothes are not needed. More details are available on our website at WTVQ.com. Reporting live in studio, Fadia, Patterson, ABC 36 News.